As everyone knows, our island is full of amazing sights. From the coastlines of Sodor, to the locals around the towns. But there are many places that everyday people don't often get to see. Join me, Cameron Coder, as we get behind-the-scenes access to some of the quarries, shunting yards, and other sights of Sodor. This week, we take a look at the Vicarstown Dieselworks. We started our day bright and early by catching a special train from Vicarstown, and took it on a short trip northwest along the Northwestern until we reached what appeared, at first glance, to be an old quarry. This is the Vicarstown Dieselworks. Here, diesels are as common as they are over on the mainland. Run by Den and Dart, work almost never stops at the Dieselworks.
Well, this place has actually been around for a long time. A very long time, actually. Like, a very, very long time.
What he means is, no one actually knows for sure when this place was built, but it was restored about 15 years ago, and we've been running it smoothly ever since.
And smoothly was an understatement. Most of the diesels around seemed to know just what they were supposed to be doing, whether it be shunting trucks of machinery, or working hard on fixing up other diesels. One of the major projects the team at the Dieselworks had accomplished was an 8-month repair project on the engine known as Bear, after the attempted Siege of Sodor about a year and a half ago.
Oh, it wasn't all bad. My friend Philip bought me a TV for Christmas, so I got very familiar with local programming. I am really thankful for all of Den and Dart's hard work. There were times where I wasn't sure I was ever going to be back on my wheels.
That must have been a difficult experience.
I'll admit, it was quite hard to be away from my work for so long, but I will say it was... But I will say I was so much happier to return to work with a fresh outlook on life.
Behind every group of useful engines is always a person in the background making everything run well. The Dieselworks is no exception. Here, the day-to-day managing and, of course, bookkeeping are done under the watchful eye of Mr. Felix Wrenchmore.
I started working here about, give or take, 2 years after the restoration. With all due respect to Sir Topham Hatt, things were a bit rough around here management-wise during that time. An engine without wheels, a strange hierarchy between the diesels. I wanted to make this a much more welcoming place. So after a regime change, so to speak, everything's ran much nicer, and I think the attitude of most of the engines has been brighter too.
About halfway through our day at the Dieselworks, we had thought we had seen all there was to offer. However, that's when things really became exciting. A runaway train came speeding into the yard limits of the Dieselworks. We were sure it was headed for certain disaster. However, a brave shunter put himself into harm's way and stopped the runaway just in time. And was then we were introduced to this hero, Norman, an engine who many would just write off as a kind background worker, took center stage and demonstrated what a really useful engine could really do, and proved to us what amazing things can happen in this rarely visited corner of our island. This is Cameron Coder, reporting for Sodor Island News.